Welcome to That Guy Talks Movies. I am that guy talking movies again. Yes, I've had an absence. I have not been here. I have been lazy. I just haven't really been compelled to set up the camera, set up the lights, set up the microphone, get all YouTube-ish and do videos. Right now, I missed Napoleon. I missed Killers of the Flower Moon. I saw Killers of the Flower Moon. I saw it at home. I know, naughty me, but I don't think it deserved to be seen on a large screen. It was a great film. I thought it was fantastically done. I'm not going to do a whole review on it. Napoleon, I missed entirely. I'll wait to see that when it's actually available streaming. And there's a bunch of other stuff I probably missed. I can tell you this. Between this video and March, if I do nothing else, I can tell you in March, I will definitely be doing my review on Dune Part 2. I'm very much looking forward to that. I really haven't looked forward to too much anyway. So Dune 2 is where it's going to be at for me. Now, let me start this video off by saying, hey, I apologize to those of you who do, follow me and wonder where I'm at and, am I doing any videos? What's going on? There's like two of you probably who are actually concerned. I really appreciate you. I seriously do. And if somehow this makes it out there to the YouTube algorithm and it gets pushed out there and somehow you land on this video, I appreciate you being here. If you want to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel. I really, it's a dope thing. Let's get into why I came here to talk. So on this episode, what got me to get in front of the camera was a Netflix series called Griselda, about Griselda Blanco, the godmother, Colombian drug lord in Miami, a woman. Okay, Lord? Is it a Lord? Colombian drug lady in Miami. And Sofia Vergara is one of her projects. She produced it. And I think that's what made it god-awful. I just hated this. And it really prompted me. I had so much passion about how much I hated it and how bad it was that it was one of those moments where I'm like, okay, that's something I can talk about because I really have a very strong opinion on this. As usual, I went in and I looked to see what the trending actual reviews for this were, and I'm finding myself in a position of being way outside on this. Like, it's got 85% Rotten Tomatoes top critics and like 74% audience score, so I seem to be the minority here. One of the other things I noticed in reviews was that Sofia Vergara is getting praise as playing the role. Now, I'm going to tell you that's what fucked it all up for me. First things first, I was a Narcos fan, right? I watched the original Narcos series, with the whole Medellin Colombian drug cartel and Pablo Escobar, and I got really wrapped up into that, and I went down that rabbit hole, and I watched Narcos Mexico and got into all that, and the Cali cartel, and I really enjoy those series. This series I was actually looking forward to because I thought they were going to do a similar type of like 2-3 season show on Griselda Blanco, because I had looked up, while I was watching Narcos, I was looking up like who the top drug dealers of all time were, who made the most money, and this woman's name came up. So I was like, wow, this woman was like that powerful and that big, and I thought it was shocking. So I was looking forward to it. So when I saw it on Netflix, I was like, all right, I'm going to watch this. Sofia Vergara, she's the issue with this for me. This is a passion project of hers. This is what happens with actors. They want to display their talents and claim like, hey, look, I'm trying to show the world that I can really act, so I'm going to take on this gritty role. I'm going to make myself look ugly. I'm going to put on makeup. Nobody will recognize me. And I'm going to play against my normal type. And I'm going to prove to the world that I can act. Didn't work in this case. Sorry, I don't care what the critics say. Did not work in this case. Couple things right off the bat. Number one, the makeup. I looked up Griselda Blanco, and I looked up her, I've seen, the photos of her. And in her later years, she got like a heavier face. She was a heavier woman. She wasn't a beauty queen. And, but her younger years, she wasn't, this unattractive woman. What they did with Sofia Vergara was make her look like a female Joker. Like, she's got like this Joker smile and this weird look on her face. The makeup was done poorly. So I don't know if it's a production issue as far as the money goes, but it was not done very well. And on top of all that, you're dealing with Sofia Vergara in this weird makeup to make her look like a sort of disfigured transvestite or something. I don't know what this was, but it was hella distracting, on top of the fact that it was still Sofia Vergara's body. So it was like this hot Latin chick with like this deformed face, this Joker-esque face and heavy makeup. It didn't look right. And on top of all that, Sofia Vergara can't act. So she did not do a good job of compensating for the physical deficiency there, or that distracting physical thing where her acting was going to really sort of take over. It didn't happen. So her terrible acting, the bad makeup just didn't work for me. It was a distraction. The scenes where she's smoking constantly. Griselda Blanco apparently was a heavy smoker. She actually suffered a heart attack from it before she died. She had a heart attack. She didn't die from a heart attack, is what I'm saying, but she had a heart attack in her life, and it was due to a heavy amount of smoking she did. So in this film, of course, from a character perspective, Sofia Vergara is smoking like every scene, and it looks so fucking fake. It looks like when you tell someone who can't act, pretend you're smoking, especially someone who's never smoked a cigarette. She just like mimes, and it just looks really ridiculous, and it was so distracting to me. She takes a drink at some point, like some whiskey at a party, and it looks like she didn't take the full sip. She didn't enjoy the whiskey. She didn't react to it and the feeling of what whiskey is like going down, right? So I was distracted by all this. My wife seemed to think it was good. She did agree with me on the makeup thing, and it was distracting, and Sofia wasn't that great. So I don't know where all these praises are coming from or who they paid off to say that she disappeared into the role and she did a great job. I don't think she did. I really wish that Griselda Blanco, the actual, the people producing and doing the Narco series, the way they did, Pablo Escobar and all that, I wish they would have taken the time to do a 1-2 season, fully fleshed out, 10 episode per season thing about this woman's life. They started this in Miami when she leaves, like one husband comes to Miami and she kind of starts to take over Miami. But she had 3 husbands. I believe she killed all 3 of them. Only one of her sons survived, Michael Corleone, who she named after The Godfather, which I thought was amusing. But there is much more to her life and much more to be built up about her to put her in the role of the godmother and to see that history, to see her youth, to see how she dealt with men and the things that she did. I think it was worthy of being done the right way. And this was just not done the right way. This was done like a really cheap drug lord, drug lady story, like a Scarface kind of thing where I'm going to come to Miami and I'm going to do this. I'm going to take over. I'm going to have my things. The patriarchy is going to be against me and the men, and I'm going to somehow make my way, and then I'm going to be the most powerful, and then there's the 80s music and the cars and Lamborghinis and the hot office and the hot house and the pool and her laying around, and it was just trite nonsense, a bad script, and more importantly, really bad distracting performance by Sofia Vergara. There, I said it. All right, look, enough. If you've seen this, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know. Do you think I'm batshit crazy? Do you think Sofia Vergara did a good job? Are you a Narcos fan? What do you think of the general story of Griselda Blanco and how it was told here in this particular 6-episode series? Let me know. I can take it. Put it in the comments below. If you are not subscribed to this channel, I appreciate you subscribing. I can't promise you I'm going to be posting every 2-3 days, but when I have something to say, I'll say it. Right? So, and the people who have stuck with me, the people who always come through, the real people who support, the people who say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to stick with them, and the people who comment and actually say something and actually like my video, I truly appreciate you, the 2 of you. I really appreciate you very much. So until the next one, I'll be doing Dune Part 2. I'm looking forward to that. I apologize for taking my my vacation and sort of not keeping up with this, but it is what it is. I've been lazy. So I will see you on the next That Guy Talks Movies. There might be something in between now and Dune, but definitely expect me to do something on Dune. And I will see you then. Peace.